Have you ever been into a grocery store and you had to just pick up a few items and you run through the store? You think you know where everything is, but somehow you got down the wrong aisle and now you can't find what it is you're looking for. You just came in for a little bit and you were kind of excited about what it is you needed to get, but all of a sudden you become frustrated. And finally you find your items, you put them on the counter and you run out and you're discouraged and you're disappointed. It's taking you longer than you ever should have. And we think about what we have in our country. We think about the advantages that we have, and we're getting discouraged over not being able to find a simple item in a grocery store. A few years ago, I had a friend of mine. They were talking to some kids from a foreign country, and they brought them to the United States. And they said, where would you like to go? What would you like to take a look at? And the number one thing on their list was a grocery store. And they came into that grocery store and they just looked around and they saw all of these provisions, all of the food that we have and all of the things that we had available to us. And they began to weep because they knew what they had back home was so little. And they didn't hardly have the heart to tell them that there's another store just down the road a couple miles with just as much stuff as there is in here. And here we become frustrated when we can't find a few things. Or maybe you've gotten into a car sometime and it starts right up, no big deal. But that's not the case for a lot of people. They have to struggle. Their car isn't running right. Things aren't happening. And yet we just take for granted some of the simple things of life. Turning the heat on, having air conditioning when we want it. This time of year, as we approach the Thanksgiving season, I'm reminded what it says in Hebrews 13:5. Don't be out there thinking about the things that you can't have, but be content with what I've given you. Because God said, I will never leave you and I will never forsake you. And yet we want to complain about a few things. I challenge you this year when you go into a grocery store, or maybe when your car starts up for the first time, or maybe you turn the heat on or whatever, give thanks for the simple things. Let's be content in everything we do. Let's be thanking Jesus each and every day for even those little things that He's given to us.